Coming up on this episode of Coordinated.
As we all know, Derek, these past few years have presented us with their share of challenges.
Right.
And in one of the breakout room conversations, one of the coordinators brought up the fact that they have yet to experience a paper and pencil exam administration.
Greetings, AP coordinators, and welcome to Season 6 of Coordinated.
Thanks for joining us as we get ready for this year's AP exam administration.
Our goal? Help AP coordinators create the optimal testing experience for AP students.
And that means we have a lot to cover.
Derek Cometa, former AP coordinator, now director, AP coordinator experience for the AP program.
And I'm Rachel McBride, AP coordinator and school counselor at Mayfield High School. Welcome to the podcast for AP coordinators.
Welcome to Coordinated.
Hey everyone, Marcy Ewing here, counselor and AP coordinator. Happy to share an all-new opportunity with everyone. It's called Chat with a Coordinator. Here's what you can do. Schedule a video chat with an experienced AP coordinator over Zoom. This all-new series of real-time support is created specifically for AP coordinators. Review checklists, benefit from shared best practices, and design optimal testing experiences for your AP students. So, chat with a coordinator and feel confident about the 2022 AP exam administration. Limited time slots are available. We'll put a link in the show notes. Register now, and I just might see you there.
Season 6, Episode 15, Preparing for Exam Day.
Hello, Rachel. It's hard to believe it's already the middle of April.
It is, and that means this year's AP exam administration is right around the corner. Are you ready, Derek? Oh, and by the way, how are you?
I am ready, and I am well. Thanks for asking. Always good to see you and talk with you about your role and experiences as an AP coordinator. And this time, you suggested the topic.
I did, and I'm excited about it. In a recent session of Power Hour Live, I realized something that I hadn't thought about before.
I'm curious. I do want to find out what that is. But first, I also want to be sure to plug that Power Hour Live event that we're hosting right now. This is the final week. It's a 1-hour Zoom session with experienced AP coordinators. We share some important content and conversation to help everyone get ready for the month of May. And there are breakout rooms to allow everyone to join the conversation. We'll put a link to register in the show notes. So, Rachel, what was it that you heard in Power Hour Live that caught you by surprise?
Well, as we all know, Derek, these past few years have presented us with their share of challenges.
Right.
And in one of the breakout room conversations, one of the coordinators brought up the fact that they have yet to experience a paper and pencil exam administration.
Ooh, okay. So that is a good point. And I'm thinking even for some of our experienced colleagues, it may have been a while since the last time their students bubbled an answer sheet. So this makes sense now. Now I know why you wanted to talk about preparing for exam day, a timely topic. So what did you want to talk about first?
Well, we've already talked about the AP exam schedule. Please check out episode 11 for more information on that. So now it might be good to talk about how schools communicate the AP exam schedule to students.
Good call. I like it. How does this work at your school, Rachel?
Well, to start, it's important to communicate time.
I'm confused. What do you mean by that?
Okay, so I mean, it's important to communicate what time I expect my students to be on campus at their specific testing location. For instance, For an exam that begins in the morning at my school, I ask my students to arrive on campus at 7:30 a.m. I want them standing outside the testing location by 7:45 at the latest because I want to start admitting students into the exam room and get them seated quickly and efficiently. Oh, and seated randomly, of course. My goal is to have students opening the exam packet right at 8 a.m. local time.
Okay, I get it now. You communicate the expected arrival time, not the actual exam start time.
Correct. Big difference there. And I also communicate that expected arrival time directly to students and parents by email. I ask my teachers to repeat it over and over again in class, and we also post it on our school website. No stone left unturned.
And just to be clear, schools must begin the morning exam between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. local time, and the afternoon administration must begin between noon and 1 o'clock p.m. local time, except for schools in Alaska. Please refer to the back cover of the AP Coordinator's Manual for the official AP exam schedule. All right. So, Rachel, a moment ago, you said the words testing location. So I know you host AP exams on campus. So I assume when you say testing location, you mean what room you are using on campus for each exam, correct?
Correct. Room or rooms, and usually it's rooms, plural. And while we do share the testing rooms with students in advance, we do not tell them of their actual seating assignment in the room until right before the exam. Yeah.
Right. Makes sense. If you did that, well, that would sort of be defeating the whole purpose of randomized seating in the first place, correct?
Yes, correct. We don't share the actual seating chart until students arrive at their testing location. Just before students start to gather, I post multiple copies of the seating chart on the wall outside the door. I post multiple copies so it's easier for students to find their seat quickly.
Love it, love it, love it. Great plan. Getting students into the exam room quickly and in a organized manner. That's important. It also helps to keep the stress level for everyone to a minimum, which is also important.
Agreed. And another thing that I find very helpful in terms of streamlining this process is communicating to students what they should and should not bring with them to the exam room. A moment ago, I mentioned all the ways I communicate the expected arrival times to students.
I remember.
And at that same time, I communicate what students should bring and what they should not bring. To me, the most important topic, Derek, can you guess?
Yes, I think I can. This one I think I know. You're talking about cell phones.
I am. We tell our students not to bring their cell phone to the exam room. Same with smartwatches or any kind of wearable technology. I do not want to spend time collecting all of that stuff and redistributing it later. That really slows down the whole process of getting the exam started.
There is a list of what to bring and what not to bring in the AP Coordinator's Manual Part 2. That list can be shared with students. It's on page 59. And how about you, Rachel? What do you, as the AP Coordinator, what do you bring to the exam room?
Ooh, great question. I bring a lot of things. I'm actually getting my supplies together this week. The ones that I can think of off the top of my head are extra paper, pre-sharpened number 2 pencils.
Of course, pre-sharpened, of course.
Yes, pens with black or dark blue ink, extra batteries, extra calculators, Post-it notes, tissues, the list goes on. You name it, I've got it.
Okay, speaking of I've got it. Summary time. I've been taking notes.
Go for it.
Here we go. Do communicate the time you expect students to arrive for their AP exams. Do communicate exam locations. Do communicate what to bring and what not to bring, including asking students not to bring their cell phones to the exam room. Do communicate directly to students and parents. Do ask your AP teachers to help with communication. Do make a list of supplies to bring to the exam room. And do follow the coordinated podcast. I threw that last one in there on my own.
I love it. That's good. Good summary, Derek. And yes, please, everyone, do follow our show. It's free. You'll get new episodes downloaded to your phone every time a new one is available. We're planning on new episodes all the way through the end of May.
That's right. We'll be your constant companion all through AP exam administration. Rachel, thanks again for making the time. Don't let me keep you from sharpening your extra pencils.
It's so therapeutic, Derek. And thanks for having me. Always happy to help. And next week, I believe we're scheduled to talk about the upcoming fee reduction deadline. Should be a good conversation. We'll talk with you soon, everyone.
Coordinated is recorded, produced, and engineered by Derek Cometa. Derek also co-authors the show, along with Kimberly Casey and Rachel McBride. Audio review by Elisa Aloyo, Dale Glazer, and Tierra Pinto. Our executive producer is Edward Biederman. Podcast logo, courtesy of the amazingly talented Amy O. Amy is enjoying her senior year at Savannah Arts Academy. We thank Jackie Ray for our theme song, Good as Gold. Jackie is a former AP Music Theory student at Oakton High School. Additional vocal support by myself, Carly Suge, AP Coordinator at Costa Mesa High School in Southern California.
Special thanks to all my colleagues in the AP program for supporting our show. And AP coordinators, we cannot say it enough. Thank you. We appreciate you. And for all your support of AP students, you are truly good as gold.
And maybe I just don't know. I'll say it over and over and over again till I believe it's so. I'm good as gold.